is Fact Wars. I'm Dave.
And I'm John. And this week we're going to be talking about strippers at funerals,
A cat that saved a baby,
and dolphin super soldiers. Fact 10. Boy kidnapped by his own family.
What?
That's right. A grandma, mum and aunt were charged with kidnapping and child abuse after they kidnapped their own 6-year-old relative. Okay? They staged his kidnapping because they thought he needed to know about stranger danger. Okay, when the school bus dropped him off at his home, his aunt's friend lured him into his van, and as the boy was driven around, he was told he would never see his family again, and that he would be nailed to the wall of his shed. Right? When he started to cry, the fake kidnapper, held a gun to his head and then bound his feet and hands and covered his head with a jacket so he wouldn't realise he was being led into his own basement. When in the basement, his aunt told him that he was going to be sold into sex slavery.
It just gets worse and worse.
So it's a really dark fact. Yeah. Worst family ever. After 4 hours of this ordeal, they eventually brought him upstairs and told him that it was all an elaborate lesson to teach him not to trust strangers.
4 hours?
4 hours.
That is fucking dark, man.
There's no need for that sort of lesson.
DTA, mate. Don't trust anyone. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stunner! Okay, fact number 9, magic mushrooms, okay? Have you heard of the ink cap mushroom, John?
I haven't. Tell me more.
The ink cap mushroom is an edible mushroom that becomes poisonous when eaten within a few hours of drinking alcohol. Mm-hmm. Yeah? The reaction occurs 5 to 10 minutes after consuming alcohol, causing nausea, vomiting, palpitations, and tingling limbs. Okay. And in some cases can actually lead to death. Right? If you haven't drunk too much, the symptoms can normally leave after 2 to 3 hours. The symptoms can occur even if just a small amount of alcohol is consumed up to 3 days after eating the mushrooms. This happens because the mushrooms contain a compound called coprin, which prevents the breakdown of acetaldehyde in the body, which is what causes hangovers, John.
Beer or mushrooms, mate?
I'd give up mushrooms. I don't even like mushrooms.
Easy win then, isn't it? Beers all the way. Beers all the way.
Beers on John.
Beers are on me, providing you vote for me.
If anyone wants to have a beer with John, let us know in the comments and we can probably arrange that.
Fact 8.
Fact 8.
Art show. Are you pea brain?
Yeah,
he's got a pea brain.
I'm not pea brain.
New research suggests that holding your pee makes you better at controlling your impulses, allowing you to make better decisions. Okay? Usually we think that feelings such as hunger or needing to pee desperately as preventing clear thought. But scientists tested this by asking participants to drink lots of water before completing a series of decision-making tasks, such as monetary calculations or word games. The researchers found that the stronger the people's urge to pee, the better they were at controlling their impulses and making an informed decision. Okay,
it's interesting.
So basically, holding your pee makes you think better.
What a worthless study. Hashtag boring John facts. Have you ever peed your pants, John?
I haven't, no, you?
No.
That's a lie.
Hey, fact number 7, super dog to the rescue.
Okay, tell me more.
Chris Duke was a sergeant and National Guardsman serving in Afghanistan, where he made good friends with stray dogs that lived around the barracks. One night, a suicide bomber tried to enter the soldiers' quarters to kill the 50 men inside, but he was attacked by the stray dogs, who caused the bombs to go off before he could get inside. Sadly, one of the dogs was severely injured by the bomb and had to be put down, but the other 2 dogs survived the assault and were celebrated as heroes. A month later, Duke finished his tour of duty and returned to America. He wanted to bring the dogs back that saved his life. Unfortunately, military regulations just wouldn't allow it. Upon return to America, Duke told his local veteran society about these amazing dogs, and they managed to raise $21,000 in order to get the dogs flown over to the USA. Now the dogs are living in America with Duke and another soldier as pampered pets for the rest of their life. There you go, dogs stepped up.
Sorted it.
Saved over 50 men.
Fact 6. Okay. Austria, 1945, World War II. It's Germany and America on the same side in World War II. Well, let's find out more, mate. During one battle during World War II, the Americans and Germans teamed up together to fight Nazis and free prominent French prisoners of war. The incident took place at Itter Castle in the Alps, which was holding high-profile inmates the Nazis wanted to use as bargaining chips. Shortly before the war ended, the German guards fled the castle, but the French prisoners were trapped as the woods around the castle were filled with roaming units of SS and Gestapo. German Major Joseph Gang had become opposed to the Nazis and was collaborating with the Austrian resistance, but he didn't have enough loyal soldiers to protect the prisoners, so he met up with the closest American unit and the German forces joined with them to defeat the evil Nazis surrounding the castle and free the French VIPs. Germans fight the Nazis in World War II. Headline.
Fact number 5, fake currency. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, the US military officials realised that if Hawaii was invaded by the Japanese, they could seize hundreds of millions of US currency from the people that lived in the state.
Okay.
Yeah? To prevent this from happening, US military governor Delos Imons issued an order that normal US money in the islands would be replaced with notes with Hawaii printed on the back. This meant that government had to overprint $200 million in order to make the new currency. In the event that Japan successfully invaded, the US Treasury would be able to immediately declare the new Hawaiian stamp notes worthless. So it's really smart. Yeah? In 1946, when the war was over, to prevent inflation after war, the cash was burned to ash on the island's sugar furnaces. First point, America successfully stopped bankruptcy. I declare bankruptcy. And $200 million worth of currency was burnt.
Fact 4. Dolphin soldiers. The dolphins are trained to protect the bases against terrorism. During Hurricane Katrina, it is thought that 36 of the mammals escaped carrying toxic dart guns when their coastal compound was breached during the storm, sweeping them out to sea. Yeah? The dolphins have apparently been taught to shoot terrorists and attack military vessels. So in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, innocent people were at risk from an attack from dolphin soldiers.
Okay, first point. How do they know what a terrorist is?
They're probably trained to...
To what? How do they get on the blower and go, oh, there's a terrorist turned up?
They probably don't. They're probably just, it's like, no one should be coming through this area. Someone's coming through, shoot them.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Shoot them! They're coming through, so we'll shoot them. What, with their bloody scope, yeah? They're going to get out, hold on, fucking bloody Tilly. I need to shoot this fella here. What are you talking about?
That's the sequel.
Fact number 3, Tunnel 29. You ready, John?
Oh, yes.
Tunnel 29 was one of the 4 escape tunnels constructed in 1962 running from Communist East to the Democratic West of Germany.
Okay.
Yeah. The East German government had ordered border guards to shoot anyone trying to escape to West Germany, and over 200 people were killed trying to escape from the Communist East. The locations of the 3 tunnels were betrayed and shut down by the police before they could be used, but Tunnel 29 survived. Leading from a disused factory in East Germany, it stretched 140 metres under the Berlin Wall to the cellar in West Germany. It was constructed by 30 workers over 3 months in both East and West Berlin. To finance the construction of the tunnel, cameramen filmed the tunnel construction and dramatic escapes and sold the film rights to the American network NBC. 29 people managed to use the tunnel to escape, but unfortunately it collapsed 11 days later and was shut down by police.
So who built it in the first place?
So it was it was a bit of both. It was the East and West, the Germans, but it was NBC that actually bankrolled it.
So they could get the film rights from anyone who used it? Smart. Fact number 2, funeral strippers. You ready?
Yep,
In some villages in rural China, burlesque shows at funerals are becoming a common way for a family to show off their wealth and encourage more mourners to attend, because obviously you want more people to come to your funeral. But China's Ministry of Culture is cracking down on the practice, describing it as illegal and accusing the strippers of corrupting social morals. One leader of a burlesque group that performed at a funeral was punished with 15 days in detention. That's prison, not detention. What's going on? Not done their own work. And a fine of $11,000 US, all for stripping at a funeral. So, 2 things there. Don't take your clothes off at a funeral.
Don't do that.
And second thing, what do you want at your funeral, mate?
I want every single all-time Tens video played and repeat.
It's 1,000 videos nearly.
So they're going to be there for a while.
I have to take a week off work.
Think of the views.
Am I invited?
Fact number 1, Hero Cat saves the day. Hero Cat saves humanity. Restores your faith in humanity. Definitely restored mine. A baby no older than 12 weeks was found dumped in a box in an apartment hallway with the temperature below freezing.
Yeah.
Are you with me? So it's dire.
All makes sense so far.
Yeah. The cat snuggled with the baby to keep him warm whilst meowing for help. Alright? It's thought that if the cat hadn't taken care of it, the baby wouldn't have survived the night. When paramedics arrived to take the baby to hospital, the cat was sent to just down the street. The cat was seen just cat was seen chasing the ambulance down the street.
Yeah, I'm on board, mate.
The baby was taken to hospital and found to be perfectly healthy, and the police launched an investigation to find the baby's parents.
Is there any footage of the cat chasing the ambulance?
Why are you mocking my fact for, John?
Well, what happened to the cat?
He
Disappeared into the night, yeah?
No, he became a hero.
It become a hero in Russia?
Yeah. So there you go, that was this week's episode of Fact Wars. Let us know who you thought had the better facts in the comments below. I already know it was Team Dave.
Or was it Team John? It's definitely Team John.